Hey 3K Delta users, this is just a little demonstration of the filament runout sensor, and it's one of the main reasons I wanted to update the firmware on our printer so it could do cool stuff like this. So anyway, right now I'm printing a ripple cube, the purpose being to see how fast I could go without causing ripples, but that's irrelevant. That's just what I'm printing. So what I'm gonna do is I have my Octoprint here, and I have a sensor that I got from Amazon, and I hooked it into the Octoprint. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cut the filament. Okay, and I think my filament is actually tangled there. I'll have to fix that. Alright, so let me just grab this and put it here later. Okay, bear with me. Sorry, guys. Alright, so now, I'm not going to let this run all the way down to the bottom because I still want to be able to have something to grab. And if it goes all the way in the Bowden tube, I won't have anything to grab. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to simulate a run out of filament. It says print pause, and now it's actually moving the head up, and it's gonna move over to a park position. Thank you, Mr. Wheeler. I love your park position, and it's now gonna do your park position. There you go, Mr. Wheeler. Okay, so now what I'll do is, just for the sake of argument, I'm gonna cut that little piece off. Alright. Okay, so now part of what this firmware update is doing with the pause feature is it's going to cool down the nozzle. You know, say you're gone for a couple of hours. You know, you went to sleep, you went to work. You don't want the nozzle on that whole time, just wasting power and potentially cooking whatever leftover filament is still in there, because, you know, obviously you haven't come back yet. Alright, so if we wait a couple of minutes, it'll show you that the nozzle is cooling down. So while we wait, let me go ahead and try to load the filament with one hand. Please bear with me, guys, if you can't see anything. That's what I'm doing in the background with one hand. Okay, so I got it through the sensor. Now let me see if I can feed this with one hand. And you know this is going to be difficult. Okay, got that going through. It's going down, going down, going down. Oh, let me put you down for a second. Oh yeah, now you can see my foot. I know you guys wanted to always see my feet. Alright, blah, blah, blah. Okay, got you back up. So, let me also put my tension back on the extruder. Okay, so we got our tension back. We've got the filament now loaded. And take a look at the display. It's cooling down. So I've got the filament back in. I've returned from sleeping or at work or wherever you were. You hit the button here. And what it does is it's going to start heating the nozzle back up. Right? You're going to... Yep. Okay. So it's heating the nozzle back up. Alright. So when it reaches temperature, it'll ask you to load the filament, but we already did that. And you know, if you didn't know the steps already, you could just do it as the printer prompts you. But I know what to do already, so that's why I loaded the filament. Blah blah blah. Alright. Alright, we're almost at our 200. So it says insert the filament. I've already done that. So then it says press the button. Okay. So now It's gonna start feeding filament. Alright, and as you can see, it's doing that here. Sorry for the camera shaking. Alright. Now, one thing to keep in mind is you're gonna have to press resume on the camera. You're gonna have to press resume on the printer and on Octoprint. So what I usually do is I press resume on the printer and then I press resume on Octoprint. So what I think I'll do this time, and you guys can play with it yourself also, and this is still extruding. I think it's set to extrude 100 millimeters. I'll have to change that. Okay, so now up top it says you can either resume printing or extrude more. So I'm gonna just clear some of this off, get this out of the way, and let's try this for this time. I'm gonna do resume here on Octoprint, and then I'm gonna do resume on the printer. Okay, so now it moves over. It's coming down kind of slow, which I like. It's gonna give me time to just keep clearing that filament. Sorry for the focus. And as you can see, it's gonna hit that corner right there where it started. Pauses for a little bit, which I need to get out of there. And boom, right where we left off. All right.